Okay, here's my audience for my final speech. I'm going to pass it over. So as you know, we live on the water and I'm a boater. I've got a 31-foot cruiser, family-style boat, and I take the family out on the boat all the time for the weekends, and we spend the weekends out there and promote safe boating. My parents owned a boat growing up, and I always went boating with them, and we always went boating out for the weekend and had a good time, so I've been boating my entire life. So just think about a situation where a man decides to take his friends and family out on the water for a nice afternoon, hanging out, anchored out in the bay, swimming, and all of a sudden the guy looks down and he sees water coming in. Doesn't know where the water's coming in, doesn't know what to do. He decides he'll give everybody a life jacket and then call on a ship to shore for help. So he gets out his life jackets, and when he opens up the compartment, he realizes there must have been raccoons living in the compartment all winter long and ate all the life jackets up, so the life jackets are no good anymore. They're useless. So then he decides to grab his handheld radio to call for help, turns the radio on, and the batteries are dead. So now a perfect day went to a bad nightmare, and then now to a life-threatening situation because the guy didn't know anything about boating safety. So just want you to remember that. So just to let you know that there was 80% of deaths that happen on the water are due to no safety training, as the operators did not know when they take the training. So I'm just going to talk about a couple things that will help promote safe boating. One would be a boater safety course. Children 12 to 16 years of age are required to have a boater certificate in order to operate a boat. Adults do not have to have one, but I suggest that they do, so they learn the waterways, they learn channel markers, the buoy colors, and just how to operate in a boating environment. The boater safety course you can take online. It's only $30. It's a money-back guarantee. The reason it's a money-back guarantee is they want you to understand the rules and laws of boating. They want you to make sure that you are capable of understanding what's going on out on the water, just so you can be a safe boater. So you can take this as many times as you need, the test as many times as you want in order for you to pass. But for some reason you don't pass and you don't want to take it, they'll give you the money back. It's just to promote safe boating. There's another thing. Boaters are required to have certain safety items on board so that they make their day more pleasant and more safe. A couple of these things I'll talk about are fire extinguishers, life rings, life jackets, handheld radios, and so forth. All these items that I'm talking about must be checked by a certified inspector every year to say that all these are working, all the items are working properly the way they should be. Because you don't want to end up like the guy that I was talking about. Life jackets have holes in them and the batteries are dead. So it's very important to check all your equipment every year, and like I said, get it certified or get it checked by a certified inspector. Another thing that we could talk about would be the weather. You want to make sure the weather is good before you go boating. It could be perfect out, sunny out in the morning, and then you get out on the water 3-4 miles out on a lake in a 14-foot boat fishing, and all of a sudden a storm comes in, and now you're stranded in a storm and potentially life-threatening situation again. So check the weather before you go. That said, I would like to give you some information on the stuff that I talked about. If you go to boaterexam.com, that's where you can take your online course and get your boater certificate. If you want to find out about safety items needed on a boat or required, each boat is different. As the boats get bigger, you require more things. So if you go to uscgboating.org, that's United States Coast Guard boating.org, you can find out all the information you need, plus there's a ton of other information and resources needed for a safe boating. And then to check the weather, you can go to nws.noaa.gov. That's nwsnoaa.gov, and that is Marine Weather Station, or online weather. And you can check the weather, and I suggest that you check the weather before you go. So with that said, I would like you to remind the guy who went out and wasn't prepared, life jackets were eaten up by raccoons, the batteries are dead. You don't want to be in that situation when that happens. So use all the information I gave you to promote safe and healthy voting. So that's it. Thank you.
That's good. The websites are good.
Yeah, yeah.
Information.